All right, so welcome back to the channel. Today, like I promised, we'll go ahead and go over some of our baking. This is one of the favorite cookies that we've actually kind of found a recipe that worked, modified it a little bit. Still kind of a dreary day outside. We went and did all of our other things that we needed to do. Had lunch, came back, got settled, did our reset and refit right away. You know, put the coats and gloves where they needed to go, restocked our bags, and, you know, put our keys, mask, wallet, everything where it needed to be. Then said, you know, let's go ahead and do some baking, do the cookies. And we started doing our PCCs, PCIs for this, you know, our pre-checklists and our pre-inspections, making sure we had all the ingredients we needed and making sure we had all the equipment ready to go, clean and prepped. As you can see, I got the mixer out already, the stand mixer that we use. So I will not promote any brand over another brand. I know what we use and I know what works for us. If you have something of your own make, model, manufacturer, whatever, that is like your go-to standard, hey, more power to you, all right? So we got our stand mixer out, our bowl. These are just going to be a simple butter cookie, all right? It's very simple. There's not a lot of ingredients in it. The recipe that I'm going to share with you is what we use, because we do have the toddlers, and they don't like a lot of vegetables. You know, it's always kind of a battle for vegetables and trying to get them to eat it. So we've found a way to help supplement, not replace. This is not a vegetable replacement recipe. This is just to help augment what they do actually intake. I do expect help at some point in time to go ahead and come in. So just be patient if we kind of go that route. All right, so but for us, what I found is as we go through this, so I'm going to be making a double batch, but I will share with you the single batch recipe so you have all the measurements and everything that you need to get. All right, so basically for the single batch, you're going to take your 2 cups flour, half a teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon baking soda, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. You got to be really careful with the chia seeds because they will like to soak up the moisture as they start to basically swell and settle. Now, chia is one of the things that we'll go over in a future episode, I guess. I don't know what they're still trying to figure out what to call these things. But chia can be used as an egg substitute. I'm still working on trying to find just that right recipe. There's a lot of great information that's out there on the web. For us, trying to find that right recipe, I think we're at 1 tablespoon chia per 6 tablespoons of warm water. Let it soak for about 15 minutes. We've gotten mixed results with that one. It's not bad, but I think there's still some refinement that needs to go on there. And then 1 scoop of whatever brand of super greens that you decide. All right, super greens help, right? You know, healthy stuff. Now, for us, we try to really focus on a lot of either organic or sustainably traded. All right, that's a big thing going on. Ingredients. You know, we definitely like as much organic and fresh and healthy type items as we can. Definitely fair trade ingredients if you can, all right? Fair trade, because you don't want these farmers having to go through, and you know, the critical life events that could be avoided if at all possible, all right? So you mix all your dry ingredients in a bowl. The reason why I say mix them first is because I've done that in the past where we added it to the wet mixture ingredient by ingredient, and we ended up with pockets of like the super greens, the last batch I made, there was little small pockets of the increased super green flavor because we didn't mix everything dry first and then put it in the wet mixture. All right. So now I've already done that. We've got all of our dry ingredients mixed. Okay. We're going to take our butter, put it in the mixing bowl. So for the single batch recipe, you're looking at 1.5 sticks. Like I said, I'm doing a double recipe, and you'll see why. It really does help So we're doing our double recipe, so that's 3 sticks of unsalted butter, all right, unsalted. Now if you want, you can scrape. Today I'm not going to, I'm just gonna set these off to the side. All right, and then you're going to take 1 cup sugar. All right, now towards the end, I will also list this in the comments if you want the actual recipe in the comments. It's going to be there. But then we just take our sugar, 1 cup of sugar for the single batch recipe. Now we're also still working on trying to reduce our sugars in general. If we can. All right, I think the best recipe that I've been able to get to had the sugars reduced down to in between 1/2 and 3/4 cup. Like I said, still in refinement, trying to get there. All right, so what you do is you take these, your butter and your sugar, put them in your stand mixer, and you first make sure you plug it in, right? You know, PCCs, PCIs. But also safety too. Don't have anything plugged in until you're ready to basically use it, right? Because especially if you've got little people helping, they have a tendency to want to reach and grab and assist. So safety, everybody's a safety officer, all right? So start out slow, let the sugar and the butter get a nice solid mixture so you don't have sugar flying out everywhere, all right? So we're gonna let that go for a second. One thing I've had marginal success with is the cover for the mixing stand. It likes to shift. It doesn't like to lock into place. Kind of likes to move around a bit. And I still end up with stuff that kind of flies out. So we'll try it again. We'll see. So now we've got our sugar and our butter at a nice consistency. So we're going to go ahead and turn it up to medium. I've got 1450 on the clock now. This should take about 3 to 5 minutes. What you want to do, you want to let it get a lot of air in there, get it fluffed, kind of very good consistency like that. So with the dry mixtures, it really doesn't take a long time to mix, so you can do it beforehand, get it all mixed up and everything else ready to go. While this is going, if you have not already gotten your eggs out, go ahead and get your eggs out. The regular recipe just calls for 1. I have 2 ready to go. They're kind of at room temperature, allows them to mix a little bit easier. And then also get your vanilla out. You're going to want half a teaspoon of vanilla, okay? Now what I like to do, because the blade doesn't quite fit the full contours, one side has a squeegee on it, the other side doesn't. I like to knock everything down, get it mixed up, this way everything else